So how do you like the posters up there? If we had space, they wouldn't be on the ceiling. That's a zombie poster. My wife probably gets tired of me and my zombies. And that's the Lord of the Rings poster.
Mine.
Oh. So,
More.
yeah, so I'm more of the zombie guy. So, hey, you can see my face.
Well, my elves will shoot your zombies.
Yeah.
They're very good with arrows.
Yes. So, anyway, so this video is...
They'll go boom, right to their head.
This video is a honeymoon video. I know, we're probably not going to have one, but...
You're going to steal a beehive for us? Oh, boy. And keep it out under the full moon.
Yeah.
Do what the full moon does to the bees.
Mm-hmm. So, if we could have a honeymoon. Some
what
ideas.
What with the cats?
See, that's another question. Lucky and the cats.
Have Liz come down and take care of them?
Oh, my.
Well, she did pretty good with him on the trip.
Yeah. So,
but
here's...
We didn't have cats then.
Yeah. Here's...
We need a pet sitter.
Yeah. Here's one idea that I have. Now I look like I'm really far away from you. Is on the YouTube videos, I didn't look this far away, but this program is different.
God, you barely see you're almost like at the bottom of the thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that's a little better. So...
I have to put you on a pillow.
Here's one idea that would be really nice for a honeymoon. Okinawa for a couple of weeks, or 3 or 4 or 6 months.
Can we move there?
Spain. I'd like to see Cadiz, my hometown. I'd like to hang out there for 2 or 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks would be excellent in Cadiz. And then go up to Sevilla and spend maybe a few days in Sevilla. And then go up to Madrid and maybe spend a week or 2 in Madrid. There used to be this, how do you say, like a sort of like a garage sale. It was like a open air
market.
Yeah, like an open air market.
Like Thailand, they have the night markets.
Well, this is like
Bangkok.
This was like once a month or twice a month.
I mean, they have the night markets in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Taiwan is over there too.
And actually Thailand is another place we could go because I think my wife would really like that. And mainland Japan, because I don't want to go to China because of the communists, but
them.
But I mean, Japan, yeah, Japan, Okinawa. No, I don't consider the two the same because Okinawa's Okinawa. But Thailand, I've never been to Thailand. My parents went, but I never went. And
they were probably too young to.
Yeah, I wouldn't have appreciated it. But
I would have been crying by the end of it.
Yeah, but I've never been to mainland Japan, and I love Japanese food. Oh gosh, I love good sushi, not that stuff you buy at the grocery store.
Well, that stuff at least it's made fresh in the stores usually.
But there used to be this Japanese restaurant in San Antonio that I really liked, but it was really expensive. I only went there a few times, and that was many, many years ago. But anyway, I'd love to try Thai street food. That would be, yeah, my wife would like pad Thai. I like rice balls. Boy, do I miss rice balls. That may sound odd, but when you're a little kid...
What's a rice ball?
It's a ball of rice, because, you know, they use the sticky rice. And sometimes there's a little piece of fruit or something in the middle of it, sometimes not. And sometimes they'll roll it in something like they used to roll. The one that I like...
Have you ever had, like, the fruit tarts from, like, Chinatown? They're in, like, a little, maybe like a pie crust or something, and they're just, like, kiwi and strawberry and a slice of banana. It's made to look pretty, too, out of the Chinese bakery.
I don't think so. But I like food from everywhere. And we go to España and, we're going to get a tortilla. We're going to get a real tortilla. We're going to have some jamon. There's just no two ways around that. And then what I was thinking, after we hang out in Cadiz and we hang out in Sevilla and we hang out in Madrid, we take the train. It'd be nice to stop in Paris. Actually, it would be nice to stop some.
If we can convince Chai to go with us, he could speak
Thai
for us.
Yeah. But
Bangkok.
It would be nice to actually go to France.
You don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah. And
I think it sounds like they're fighting. I'm like,
yeah.
God. All hell's gonna break loose in a moment.
Go to France. I'd like to actually spend some time, not necessarily in Paris, but in maybe a couple.
I want to see Paris.
What?
I'd like to see Paris a little bit.
Yeah, but I'd like to also visit some smaller French towns because everybody goes to Paris. That's where all the tourists go. So yeah, so like we went.
Feed the goats.
Yeah, well, like see when we moved to Germany, we stopped. I mean, we drove through France and we stopped in France, but we didn't go to Paris. And my parents said it was great. People were nice and everything. It's my understanding is Paris is where
the snobs live.
Well, it's a lot because of the tourists go there and they get sick and tired of the tourists. So you want to go to like
kind of horses' asses.
Yeah, you want to go to the non-touristy areas because that's where people are just going to be people. They're not used to the tourists. They're not going to mistreat you. And one thing that I have found is Americans don't know how to travel. They go around thinking, well, I am in, let's say, Tokyo, and no matter where some Americans go, they expect everybody to speak English. They expect everybody to understand what they're doing, what they want. They expect the food to be the same as it is over here. And that's not the way it is. You're in Spain, you're in Japan, you're in France, you're in Germany, you're in Thailand. You're in their country, their culture, their language, their food. And a lot of Americans I'm sorry, but they just don't seem to understand that.
One food that scares the hell out of me is that steak tartare.
Yeah,
I'm afraid you'll get some disease.
I was watching some show on PBS once, and this guy, it's like his first time in Paris, and he said, well, I want steak tartare. And the guy's telling him, don't order that. That's a tourist thing. Nobody eats that.
No.
Yeah, and he ordered it, and he got it, but it's a tourist thing. But anyway,
well, the way that Rick Steve talks about it, they eat, ate it like, oh, this is normal stuff.
Yeah. Well, so let's say we finish up in Spain, in España, and then we go, we take the train. Let's say we have 3 or 4 stops in France. One being Paris, because I'd like to see the Louvre, I'd like to see the Eiffel Tower, I'd like to see the Arc de Triomphe, and I'd like to see the left bank and all that kind of good stuff. Take my wife on a romantic stroll. Before we go, I would reread Les Miserables, because there are some places in there that I'd like to go. But once we finish there, we'd go to Germany. Why Germany? Well, my wife's family is of German stock.
Huh?
And I've lived
Deutschland?
in Germany. Yeah, Deutschland. And I've lived in Germany. And actually, I have a friend over there in Germany. And I'd like to visit with her. And I'd like to see if I can find Steffi's family in Hanau. All these places, we'd have to get, these teach yourself language.
Well, I've got that one that's Spanish I can play, and then the German one's hiding somewhere.
And there's a Spanish one up here. The only
like CDs.
The only problem with the Spanish, a lot of the Spanish that's taught here is Mexican Spanish, not Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah, And
So it's different.
yeah, there is definitely a difference because my mother, she would talk to people and she spoke Spanish. They understood each other, but sometimes they would say something they didn't, that, like my mother would say something or somebody else would say something and they're like, "Okay, okay." Sometimes it's the same word, but it's pronounced differently. Things like that. But, I mean, you could get along with it. But I would still prefer my native Spanish. If I'm going to be in Spain, I want to speak my native language. And one thing I would do is I would go to the, how you say, the um, civil register and get a copy of my freaking birth certificate. And then get a Spanish passport. Or at least apply for one. Might not get it before we got back here. But then we go to Germany. I mean, Berlin, Hanau. I'm not sure where else to go in Germany. I mean, it would be nice to find my wife's family, so we'd probably do some research before we went, see if we could figure out like what part of Germany her family's from. That's a start, and then we can go to that part of Germany. I'd love to go to Ireland. I'd love to go to County Kerry. I'd love to go to Dublin. I'd love to go to Waterford, because I have family in Waterford and Kerry, or at least in Kerry. I don't know if there's still family in Waterford, but my family's originally from Kerry, so I'd love to go there. But go to Germany, visit, if we can figure out
Where my
family,
family.
where my wife's family is from in Germany, we can go there and maybe find some of her family. Maybe. I'd like to visit Steffi's grave. It was my best friend in Germany. But now, if we go to where my wife's family is from,
I don't know which part of the country I'm from, though.
yeah, the issue would
I don't know my
be,
grandmother's last. It was Bauer, but I don't know how it's spelled.
if we went there, we would only have a short time to spend. So it's like we could, if we're lucky, all of a sudden would find it like the first day we're there. But we might not get that lucky. We might not figure everything out until we got back here. So after Germany, we'd like to go to Holland, the Netherlands, and go to the Anne Frank house and
Give some Dutch tulip bulbs.
so, oh yeah, that would be nice. And I still have wooden shoes that my big brother bought me when he was over there.
Oh my.
Yeah, nobody really wears those. Those are touristy things. But like the Stein, there's a German Stein back there. Maybe you can see that. And there's a Guardia Civil hat next to it, and Shishi dogs over there. But it'd be nice to go to a beer garden in Germany, just so we can say we've done it. After the Netherlands, go over to Ireland. Ireland. Hang out in Dublin for maybe a week or two. I'd like to
get him out of there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to take the train around Ireland, like a circle and then a zigzag, or a zigzag then a circle. More like an oval, I guess. But anyway, that way we can just see Ireland, and then go to Kerry and hang out there for 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe spend a few days in Waterford. I'm sure my wife would like the Waterford Crystal Factory. I might like it too. I don't know. But she's really into arts and crafts, so she would probably appreciate it a little more than me. I would not want to go into the occupied area unless I went in there illegally, and I wouldn't put my wife through that risk. So.
What do you mean the occupied? Oh, the north.
Mm-hmm. So after that, we would come back here, but then we would go to Canada, and we would take the Trans-Canadian Railway. from like Nova Scotia all the way to BC. I'd like to go to Penticton, where my granddaddy is buried, and I've maybe 2 or 3 days in Penticton, and then over to Vancouver because I have family in Vancouver, and spend maybe 3 or 4 days in Vancouver, and then take the ferry over to Vancouver Island and hang out there for a week or 2 or 3. You know, that would be nice. And because most of my family's over there, and that'd be really nice. Is this going to happen? Probably not. But you can always dream, can't you? We don't even play the lottery. So,
Well,
we
become a losing battle.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we've played it a few times, but it's been a long time since we've done that. So, I think if we won, we'd probably give the church some money, because, you know, they actually help people out quite a bit. And build a castle. Yeah, it's an honest to goodness castle. After I've seen the weather for further north in New Hampshire, I don't think we want to live too much further north than this.
No.
Because it's
might have to go south one of these years.
Yeah. Well, see, what we can get is a winter home in Florida, South Florida. You know, so, but anyway, but I'm just sick and tired of heat. I mean, my goodness,
Don't say that to Tom. He loves heat.
Yeah.
Well, his joints start to hurt, ache.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
So I guess we would start off in Japan, then go to Okinawa, then go to Thailand, then go to España, and then France. It would be nice to see Switzerland and Italy and Austria, but we don't have to go to those places. It'd be nice to go to San Marino and to the Little Five. I've not been to all the Little Five. I've been to Andorra. It'd be nice to see Andorra. I think I've been to Liechtenstein. But I want to get stamps. Not stamps, because I don't collect stamps anymore. I used to, but I lost them all. So, spoons. Back here, there are some spoons. So, we'd collect spoons. When we were flying from Penticton to Victoria, it was a DC-3, and I was sitting in my daddy's lap, and I went, and the plane went, and my daddy had to grab me and pull me back down into his lap. We hit an air pocket. But back then, you had real metal silverware on airplanes.
Now you're doing good to get a plastic glass.
Yeah. So, thing is, I'm not big into flying. I don't know. To me, if we were meant to fly, we'd have wings.
I wish we did have wings, in a way.
So maybe we could take a tramp steamer or something like that over to Europe, and from there we could take a tramp steamer over. I say steamer, you know what I mean. It's just not a cruise. Yeah, not a cruise ship, just a ship, a working ship, and it'd be a lot cheaper. Accommodations wouldn't be great, but it'd be better than what the crew had. Unless we went as crew. And that's how my dad and granddad used to travel. You know, they'd get on a ship, they'd work for a while, they'd go somewhere, get off, and spend their money, and then when they ran out of money, they'd find work, doing work. They'd find a job until they had enough money to get back to Canada. That's the way they traveled. But anyway, so we would go to Europe, and then after we finished in Ireland, we get a tramp steamer and come back over here. Or we could start from here. Well, I want us to go to Illinois and Texas, because I've never been to Illinois, and that's where my wife's from.
I want you to see that Abraham Lincoln Museum. That's a very good museum, even though they waited a long time to give him a thing.
Yeah, I want buffy tacos. I want some real San Antonio Tex-Mex.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I want it bad. I mean, right now, I'm at the point where I'll take the bus down to San Antonio just
That's torture.
just long enough to eat there for a couple of meals. Just hang out there for the day. You know, have some huevos rancheros for breakfast one morning. You know, have puffy tacos and gorditas for lunch, and then have some enchiladas for dinner. And the next morning have breakfast tacos, and you know, and then have enchiladas for lunch and puffy tacos for dinner. Okay? I mean, I'm really craving this right now. I don't know why. I've been craving it for a while. But, and then see, we take the train over to Illinois.
Why do I start craving milk?
Uh-oh.
Sometimes I drink like a pint of milk at a time.
And take the train to Illinois, then take the train to Texas, then take the train over to North Carolina and hang out in New Bern, and then go up to Aurora, and also visit Deep Creek. I think that's the town or the area, and then go to Washington, North Carolina, and then go up to see my uncle in Virginia, and then maybe see my other cousin in Virginia, and then come back here on the train. That would be nice, but you know, but if we went to North Carolina, I would love to have a sea kayak, which yes, that's on our wedding registry.
What isn't?
Yeah.
Cat?
Yeah, it's like 4,000 or something things now. I need to
You
just.
keep adding.
Yeah, I need to stop adding
You're
things.
the one that goes adding everything.
Yeah, because I want to see Indian Island. I want to actually go over to Indian Island. It's still on the maps. It's still on Google Maps, Google Satellite, so it's there. I want to actually camp out there for a couple of days or 3. And just, you know, explore it. Maybe take a metal detector with me. Yeah, so.
What is it?
It's just an island. Indians used to live on it. That's why they call it Indian Island. Well, like half of the island's gone now.
No.
It's eroded away. My uncle and mother used to take the boat out there.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, go camping out there, go fishing out
That's
there.
a little tiny speck of island.
Yeah, it's just nothing, you know. I think somebody at one point may had a cabin out there or something. But anyway, so those are just thoughts and ideas about a honeymoon. I don't think we're actually going to have a honeymoon, but anyway. Y'all have a great day. Bye.